Hello again and welcome back. My name is Tom Nelson and this is a continuation of the homeostasis video series. This is part 9, how your hypothalamus controls your body's pH, its acidity. So your body's pH or acidity is simply a measure of how acidic or how alkaline your body's fluids are. Your body's fluids include water, which is inside your cells. About 2/3 of your total body fluid is inside your cells. And outside of these cells, which includes your blood and tissue fluids in your eyes, your lymphatic system, your joints, your nervous system, and between protective membranes surrounding your cardiovascular, respiratory, and abdominal cavities. So your control room, your hypothalamus, homeostasis, also regulates the acidity in your body. It's extremely important. The set points for the human body is between 7.35 and 7.45, which again is set by your DNA, by your genes. So the acidity scale runs from 0 to 14. 0 is pure acid, 7 is neutral, and 14 is pure alkaline, complete opposite of acidity. So a change of one single point is a tenfold difference one to another in the pH level. So a pH of 5 is 10 times more acidic than a pH of 6. So a liquid that has a pH of 4 is 100 times more acidic than one at 6.0. Pure water has a pH of 7, which is generally neutral. Sodas and colas have a pH of around 3.0, which is extremely acidic. When compared to pure water, it's 10,000 times more acidic than pure water. So your body must be very aggressive in maintaining its pH level because a variation of a half a point, 0.5 plus or minus on that pH scale can actually cause you to die. So your body is going to sacrifice your bone health and the enamel in your teeth in order to maintain proper pH, because it's going to steal calcium from your bones and your teeth to neutralize acids if there's too much of it there and your other systems can't handle it. So to balance the pH level is very, very important. It is in fact that important that your body will actually sacrifice your teeth and your bones to maintain it. So calcium, potassium, and sodium are alkalizing minerals that your body uses them and will steal from other areas of your body and use them to restore the pH as necessary. So like your temperature, your body is highly dependent on a close regulation of that pH level in order for those chemical reactions, again, in your enzymes, to occur throughout your body, especially the chemical reactions involving proteins. So proteins have to maintain specific geometric shape in order for them to function properly. So the three-dimensional shape of proteins is extremely dependent on the pH level and it being properly maintained. Very slight changes in pH have a dramatic impact on protein function. Every cell in your body is primarily protein and continually exchanging chemicals one to the other, like nutrients, waste products, and ions, with external fluids that surround those cells to pick it up. So the surrounding fluid exchanges these chemicals with the blood that is circulated throughout your body. So the chemical concentrations of your body's fluids and the blood are extremely important to the health of every single one of your 37 trillion cells that make up your body. The exchange and utilization of chemicals throughout your body are highly dependent on that pH level management. As your body's cells produce energy, by, of course, burning fat or glucose in those mitochondria, the power plants, the pH of your body's fluids can be altered because some of the byproducts of that combustion can be acidic toxins. So your body's cells produce different acids and release them into your bloodstream to be getting rid of them, and they deposit it into the fluids that are outside of the cells. So acids are a natural byproduct of just normal everyday functioning of your cells, especially the production of energy. So the pH and chemical composition inside and outside of your cells has to be kept relatively constant. That is where your imaginary technician in your homeostasis process in your hypothalamus, your control room, comes in. So there are two main forces that daily impact your body's pH level. Diet is a huge one. It's the primary cause of changes in your body's pH. Eating acidic foods, drinking acidic drinks like sodas and colas are going to cause major changes in your body's pH level. And the second is the acids produced during normal daily metabolic processes, those byproducts I spoke about. So homeostasis is accomplished primarily by promoting the production and the management of specialized buffers that are dissolved in your blood. Some of your internal organs aid in the homeostatic function of those buffers. For example, your kidneys remove excess chemicals from your blood, including excess hydrogen ions, which are what cause acidity and which will increase the acidity in your blood. So, as well as removing the excess buffers that may be accumulated in your blood. So your kidneys control the acid level by discharging either hydrogen ions or those buffers. So your kidney help control the acids, the hydrogen ions, or the base, which is bicarbonate. Bicarbonate is your body's tool for reducing acid levels. So since they can be excreted, retain hydrogen ions if needed, your kidneys play a very major role. Unfortunately, it's not a fast process. They also control the excretion, the retention of bicarbonate, which is produced in your body. Your blood is acidic normally by what you eat and processes that are going on. So your kidneys are going to try to get rid of the excess hydrogen ions and will retain the bicarbonate if your blood is too acidic. So if your blood is too alkaline, your kidneys are going to try to retain those hydrogen ions that cause acidity, and they will excrete bicarbonate to prevent it from neutralizing those acids. The drawback to this is that it takes a few days to be effective. Your body was not designed to eat a diet of very highly acidic or alkaline foods, but instead a very well-balanced diet. So as stated, the process can be a very slow process. So if a highly acidic condition exists, the acidity of the blood could become too high, which is known as acidosis. Some of your internal organs aid in the homeostatic function with those buffers. For example, your kidneys remove excess chemicals again, including excess hydrogen ions, which increase acidity in the blood, as well as removing excess buffers that may have accumulated in your blood. Your kidneys help control acids, hydrogen ions, the bases, the bicarbonate, since they can excrete retained hydrogen ions if it is needed. So they also control the excretion or the retention of that bicarbonate. If your blood is acidic, your kidneys will try to excrete the hydrogen ions and retain the bicarbonate. If your blood is too alkaline, your kidneys are going to try to retain those hydrogen ions, which cause acidity, and excrete the bicarbonate. The drawback is that it takes a few days to be effective. Your body was not designed to eat a diet that is highly acidic or highly alkaline, but instead it should be balanced. So as stated, the process can be a slow process. If highly acidic condition exists, the acidity of the blood could become too high, which is known as acidosis. Your lungs will also discharge hydrogen ions with the air that is exhaled from your lungs. Your lungs work faster in lowering blood level acidity than your kidneys do. So your lungs are going to extract acids and CO2, carbon dioxide, from the blood and discharge them into the air every time you breathe. So this is especially important in exercise because your breathing rate increases because of the exercise. When your breathing rate increases, along with additional acids that are produced because of the exercise. So however, if your lungs cannot keep up with the production of carbon dioxide, the risk of acidosis increases significantly. It's called respiratory acidosis. So the pH of your blood gets too low, below 7.35, acidosis will result. This leads to central nervous system depression. Incidentally, diabetics typically have a pH level of 7.31, which is more acidic than it actually should be. So severe acidosis, which means it's below 7.0, can actually lead to a coma or death. Likewise, when the pH rises above 7.45, alkalosis can result, which causes all of the nerves of the body to become hypersensitive, overexcitable, and that will result in muscle spasms, nervousness, and can even cause convulsions. The convulsions can include death if they are too severe. So breathing usually controls the pH level and maintains the set points by discharging the acidic components that are in your breath. So food, medications, exercise, sodas, tap water, all can substantially increase the acidity that's in your body. Tap water is not pure. It is more acidic than pure water. So your body regulates the pH level in 3 different ways. First, your body uses those blood buffers, which are bicarbonate buffers, protein buffers, phosphate buffers, respiratory mechanisms, which increase or decrease your rate of respiration, how quickly you're breathing. And that is a process of reabsorbing of bicarbonate and the excretion of the hydrogen ions as described before. Of all the buffers, bicarbonate is the most important. It's formed when carbon dioxide dissolves in your blood. So carbon dioxide combines with electrolytes. It is capable of countering changes in the acidity within the blood. So your body's phosphate buffer system, as it's called, uses different phosphate ions to neutralize strong acids or strong bases. So about 85% of the phosphate buffers come from calcium phosphate salts, which come from your bones and your teeth. So long-term exposure to very high acid levels and acidic substances in your diet is going to force your body to remove that calcium phosphate from your bones and your teeth to supply that buffer system. So long-term, it can result in serious weakness in both your bones and your teeth enamel. It can also result in the development of kidney stones because the amount of calcium in the urine is going to significantly increase. Exercise can alter the pH of your blood again by using up the oxygen that is in the blood. So it produces carbon dioxide and hydrogen, and as the glucose is burned for fuel. Carbon dioxide and hydrogen combine to produce lactic acid, which increases the acid level in your blood. Some of the effects are increased due to the increases in your breathing rate, your elevated blood pressure, and an elevated heart rate, all which are produced during exercise. More blood is pumped to the surface of your skin in an effort to dissipate the heat that is generated during exercise, and it will get rid of it that way and maintain the temperature as we described in the previous videos. Anaerobic exercise, that's where your heart rate is increased to the point where you're forced to breathe through your mouth. It forces your body to function without oxygen because your body is working faster than your system can respond to supply oxygen. So it forces your body to function without it, and that produces lactic acid, which enters your bloodstream, and that's an acid. However, the heavy breathing due to that exercise is going to discharge the majority of it out into the air and get rid of it. So the acid-based buffers change the pH of your blood. When the hydrogen ions, the protons, or the hydroxide ions are added or removed, the acidity level can be altered and brought back into the set point levels. Salt is the most basic base. A base neutralizes acids. Acid-base buffers typically are weak acids and salts. So the concentration of the weak acid and the salts in the solution will determine the resulting pH of the fluid. So hydroxide ions are added. The salts will neutralize them to the extent that they are capable. So higher amounts of acids added will require larger amounts of salts to be added to balance the pH. So likewise, if a large amount of alkaline or base is added from an outside source in your diet, then the acidic portions are going to be reduced or used up when they combine. So it's going to increase the pH of the fluid. So when carbonic acid is added to an acidic solution, like water and CO2, is produced as the acid is neutralized. So highly acidic diet, like wheat, corn, soy, and some of the other grains, tap water, dairy, sodas and colas, and some meats, will overtax your body's ability to maintain your proper pH set points, and that will lead to a serious health issue, like osteoporosis. So your body is forced to leach those important minerals out of your bones to neutralize it. It has to. So your control room, your imaginary technician in your hypothalamus, is going to instruct the production and release of hormones that instruct your kidneys to filter out or retain bicarbonate or hydrogen ions as needed to control the concentration or the pH in the blood. So your body uses trace minerals as a buffer to neutralize acids in your intestines while you're digesting a meal. You'll learn later how vitally important those trace minerals are to your overall health. So since most diabetics are deficient in many trace minerals, very commonly, all of them, because of dietary tissue issues, especially sodas and colas, but variations in blood sugar, all deplete your body of these important buffers. They force your body to extract minerals from the vital organs. So now go to Homeostasis Part 10, Acidosis. Thank you for watching this video, and please pay it forward. Thank you.